Hey friends, we're back! Not a dinosaur story, but we are back. Hopefully making videos on a more consistent schedule now. I just had what I believe is my biggest sale ever since I've been selling online. And when I bought this item, I said, once this sells, I'm gonna have to make a video. If this sells for what I think it's gonna sell for. Because it's mind-blowing. I mean, I have no words for this item. Anyways, it's a stuffed animal, and it sold for 4 figures. Yes, over $1,000. And I've never, a $100 item, $200 stuffed animal, that's bananas to me. But $1,000, okay, I gotta show it to you. Celeste is not impressed. Okay, here it is. It's this awesome multicolored neon swipco bear. His name is Cosmo, and you can see it's got this cool patchwork color block pattern. And this really caught my eye at the thrift store, just sitting on top of the rack. And I thought, well, this is probably like a $50, $100 plush. People really like these patchwork style stuffed animals. I've sold different ones in the past, Eden brand, other name brand, sometimes just random brands. People like this particular style of stuffed animal. So when I saw it, $100, $200 at the absolute most. None of them were listed on eBay at the time that I got them. There were some small ones, the small puffkin ones, and that was it. So this is a fairly rare one. This is probably the coolest plush I've ever seen. I really love the colors. It gives a lot of that 90s Y2K nostalgia that's really super in right now. Okay, so let me show you the tag. So this is a fairly rare stuffed animal. There haven't been that many that have sold in the last 2 years on eBay. But mine did not sell on eBay. You'll probably never guess where this sold. And this is a prime example of why I cross-post every single thing. And I don't, just be selective. Like some people are very selective about where they post their items. I post every single thing on every single platform. So I list on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark. I did not list this item on Facebook Marketplace just for the fact that their customer service is non-existent. This is a very expensive item. I didn't want it to get lost. The customer possibly file a payment dispute or something else. So I just kept it on the top 3 platforms, which are eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark. So take a guess. Where do you think this guy sold? It wasn't eBay. I already told you that. So definitely not that. It was Poshmark, the site of clothing. Poshmark. This is a prime example of why I cross-list on every platform that I'm on. You truly and really never know where your item is going to sell. So this stuffed animal sold on Poshmark for $1,095. That's an insane amount of money for a stuffed animal. It's a cute stuffed animal. It's probably one of the cutest stuffed animals I've ever seen in my life. But it's a stuffed animal, guys. $1,000. So that's 2 Disney World tickets for my family, 2.5 Disney tickets. I'm going to Disney World.
What are you doing next? I'm gonna go to Disney World.
I was going there anyways. You already knew that. But this pays for 2 tickets, 2.5 tickets to Disney World for my family. This single stuffed animal. So even though this guy sold on Poshmark, I don't use Poshmark or Mercari to necessarily just price comps. So I generally use eBay, and let me show you my process. Okay, so I know that this guy is named Cosmo. It's the swipco bear. What I initially searched for was, I believe, a neon bear. But since we know he's Cosmo, we're going to go ahead and start off with that. So we're going to scroll through the different ones that are listed, and there's none listed that are like mine right now. Okay, so what I did after that is I went to Terapeak. And if you're on Terapeak, you can look at the last 2 years, the last year, 90 days, whatever you want to do. So we want the most data as possible, so we're going to look at the last 2 years. And I sort from average sold price, highest to lowest. So now the highest price that is ever sold for is $2,075. And it had 29 bids, and that sold a few months ago in October of 2022. That's an insane amount of money. I wish I had that one, but this one, as you can see, has the hang tag on it, so it is a brand new stuffed animal. Obviously, those are going to go for a lot more money. So that gives us a little bit of a start. And then we see this one here sold for $1,225 and had 50 bids in May of last year. And then it goes down from there, 800, 550, 350. A lot of insane prices. As you can see, this is a highly, highly sought after bear. People are actively bidding on it. So what I did is I put mine up for auction. And I think I started at like $1,200. I didn't get any bids. I reran it again, I think a little bit lower. Still no bids. Sometimes things just happen like that. It's just the wrong time of year. The wrong people are looking. You just never know. So I went ahead and listed as a buy it now with the price that I was comfortable getting. So what I did after that is I just went ahead and put it up for $1,200. That's what I thought would be a fair price, you know, as a buy it now. I'd already tried the auction. That didn't really get anywhere. $1,200 is a lot of money, an insane amount of money for a stuffed animal. We could see that people paid that before. So you can't get it if you don't ask for it. And that may seem like a stupid amount of money to ask for a stuffed animal, and it kind of is. But people pay that kind of money for Pokemon cards, just different kind of collectibles. People are into what they're into, and they will pay what they want to pay. So, like, I did get a lot of messages from people telling me that I was grossly overpricing this item, that it was only worth like $200 or $500 or $800, or they just bought one for XYZ amount, yada, yada, yada.
But you yada yada over the best part.
No, I mentioned the bisque.
Usually when you get those messages, that means you probably priced it correctly and you just need to wait it out. So just, you know, let it take a beat, see what happens. I'm not in any rush to sell this stuffed animal that I paid a couple bucks for. So I don't mind holding on to it for a couple of months. I don't care if I hold on to this for a year, honestly. This sold in like 2-3 months. I think I don't really keep track of when I pick up my items, but about 2-3 months. There really was not a whole lot of time at all. I tried looking online to figure out why this stuffed animal is so popular, and I really couldn't find a whole lot of information. I do know that there is a pastel version of this also, so you want to make sure that you keep an eye out for that also. So people just like what they like. It's just one of those age-old wonders of the world. Why do fools fall in love, and who let the dogs out? Let the dogs out! Come on, dogs out. We don't know. Why is this worth $1,200? We don't know. We don't know. Anyway, so now we're going to pack this item up, and I want to show you how I'm going to do that. So now this does say free authentication. I don't even think I said that right, but you know what I mean. So I don't know what they're going to do. I guess they're going to probably match up what I sent, and it's going to go to probably some third-party place, and Poshmark is going to go, yeah, that's what, you know, she sold. I'm hoping that's all it is, because otherwise I don't know how you're going to authenticate this stuffed animal. I don't know what they're going to do. It's not like it's a pair of Nikes or a Gucci purse or something. So that'll be interesting. So I want to show you the process of me packing it up, shipping it, and we're going to come back when this item actually gets accepted also. So I want to go ahead and also document how I'm going to ship this item for video purposes, for my peace of mind, for Poshmark to know, just in case something goes south. I hope it doesn't. I am really nervous about sending this. Because I've never sent anything that's remotely this much money. I think like the most expensive item I've ever sold is probably like $300, $500. I really don't sell a whole lot of big ticket items. So $100, $200 is really the cream corn of the crop for me. Anything higher is just like, wow. This is absolutely insane. It's a stuffed animal, you guys. I can't believe it. Anyway, so let's go ahead and pack this buddy up. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to pack this guy up. First, I'm going to use one of these clear zippered bags. This is one that you get like sheets in or pillows in or something like that. Every time I get a plastic bag, I save it. Good way to save money, good way to save the environment, and give your supplies a second use. Okay, nice and secure, watertight, and they are ready to go with home. Okay, because this is a Poshmark item, it can go in a priority box. You can get these for free. I'm using a large flat rate box. It doesn't matter. You can use any kind of box you want. Okay, and you can see this fits nice and snug in there. We're gonna go ahead and tape it up. So we're gonna go ahead and print out the shipping label for this item. Right here on the right hand side, it does say it's going to be in transit to Poshmark headquarters. Then it's going to go to review at Poshmark headquarters. Then it's going to get authenticated, and then it's going to then travel to the customer. So this might take a while. I'm really kind of nervous. I don't know how long this could take. I hope everything goes smoothly. So I'm going to go ahead and print the label, and I'll update you when I have news from Poshmark. Okay, so I have my label on my package. Normally, I have my postal carrier pick up the packages from my doorstep. So because this item is worth so much, I want to make sure that it's scanned in and I have a receipt. So I'm going to go ahead and drop it off at the post office in person and get a receipt. And I'll update you as soon as there's any movement on this and whether Poshmark accepts it or not. I'm really not sure how this whole process is going to go. So stay tuned. Okay, so I dropped off my package. I got my receipt. Today is Tuesday, April the 11th, and we'll see how long it takes for Poshmark to accept the package. Okay, today is Thursday, April 13th, and my package has been accepted at Poshmark headquarters. It wasn't supposed to get there till tomorrow, so that's really good. It does say that it is in process now for authentic...
That's all, folks.
It does say that it's in process now for authentication, so we'll see how long that takes from here. And don't mind my mannequin back there. That's Shaniqua, whatever she wears, I don't want it to live here no more.
Shaniqua don't live here no more. Shaniqua don't live here no more.
Okay, friends, we have an update. It was accepted as authentic, which means I think they just looked at the description and the photos, verified that I sent in what I said I was going to send in. They did find a small spot underneath his chin. Kind of looked like he got into a little smackerel of honey or something. I didn't see that when I was listing it, obviously. I'm human, I make mistakes. I'm gonna go back and look at the video that I took and see if it was there. Possible. So the possibility is the customer may get it and decide that they don't want it. If that's the case, when I get it back, I'll clean it up and relist it. I hope it's okay when they get it. I hope they still love it. So I'm kind of nervous to see what's going to happen. It's supposed to get to their house tomorrow, so, and then they have 3 days to accept it or not, so we'll see what happens. I can't believe it. It's all over. I thought I was going to have to wait for just 3 days to pass, and then possibly, you know, Posh would just release the funds. I was hoping that the buyer wasn't going to have any issues. You know, we had that little bit of schmuck underneath the chin, but I didn't have to do that. Didn't have to wait for 3 days to pass. After like 2 days, the buyer rated me 5 stars. So either they didn't notice anything or they were completely fine with it. And you know what? Maybe it's like Tom Petty said, even the losers get lucky sometimes. Either way, it's all over. I cannot believe it that I sold a stuffed animal for over $1,000. So I did it. I'd like to thank me.
I want to thank me for believing in me. I want to thank me for doing all this hard work.
For looking through the plush bins, even though sometimes they smell like cat pee or baby vomit. I'd like to thank me for knowing how to look up comps, learning how to look up comps, and knowing when to price high. I'd like to thank Celeste for being my lap buddy and Nova for being my lap buddy. And mostly, I'd like to thank the buyer for spending this kind of, what I would say, frankly, crazy money on a stuffed animal, but thank you. This pays for part of my Disney trip. So thank you, buyer. Thank you. Okay, so let's go over some numbers. I found out when I first got this item, it was February 15th, and it sold on April the 9th. So that's only 54 days that it took to sell. That's really good in my book, and I paid only $3 for this item. Now, out of that, Poshmark takes $219 as a fee, so that means I keep $876. Minus the $3 that I paid for this item, that's $873 that I made. Once again on a stuffed animal. I don't think it can be overstated. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed this small roller coaster ride that we went on. It might have not been, you know, Tron coaster, but it certainly was, at bare minimum, Goofy's Barnstormer. So if you're not already subscribed, please do so right now. I'm going to have lots more videos coming your way, and I hope to see you next time. Bye! Bye.